What is up, YouTubers? I am back with another show and tell kind of a review. So I've uploaded a few gun videos lately. Two of them are still downloading. But I went into a gun shop today to pick up a Daniel Defense PCC, the 9mm pistol, and the shop that I seen it at that was on sale, of course, was out of stock. So I went to their 1911 section, and I guess I'm happy to say I bought my first Colt 1911. And this is the trophy Colt Gold Cup. It does have the front strap checkering. Sorry, I'm doing this video in my Jeep, and it has a Megwell. I think that's the Bomar sight, fiber optic front, single-sided safety. See, there's no ambi safety, just on one side. And this thing is super slick, super smooth, super tight lockup. It passed almost all of my inspections that I do. So let's start off with frame to fit. Nothing, no side to side, no up and down. The thumb safety is actually really positive, very audible, and it's not mushy. And I'm going to get into that here about Colts that I've looked at before. But let me move forward. The Megwell, so they had 3 of these in stock, and the one he had on the sales floor, I noticed the Megwell is loose. So he pulled the other ones that he had in stock, and every one of these Colts Megwell is loose. So when I get home, I will tear this down and find out what I can do about potentially tightening that if it's possible, or maybe red lock tightening it down to where it's not so you can hear that. Absolutely no barrel movement, none at all. Super tight lockup, no barrel movement in the bushing or anything. Hammer doesn't, so my safety's down, pushing as hard as I can on that hammer. So that the hammer does engage with the grip safety, but it does not engage the grip safety enough to where I can fire the gun. Granted, if that ever happens, typically you're going to have a full wrap around the pistol in the firing position. So I'm really trying not to let that get the best of me. It's just probably a nitpicking thing that I personally don't care for. It's got a 3-hole match trigger. It is a very wide trigger. You could really feel this on the pad of your finger. It is super fat, and it's very comfortable. I really love these Colt grips. Man, they are very aggressive. Especially the front strap checkering. I believe this is a 30 LPI. I could be wrong. But man, you wrap your hand around this gun and then it's not going anywhere. Grip safety, little loose. It's got some, actually more side to side and front and back. So, which is telling me that the hole in the grip safety is a little bit too large for the hole in the lower, and also the thumb safety pin. So anyway, the gun shop that I bought this from does have a shooting range there, and I did not plan on shooting. Actually, let me take that back. I went there to go shoot, but also buy a gun. I didn't know I was going to buy another 1911. So I didn't take any oil with me, but I did take the slide off of this, and there was a ton of factory grease, oil. And I was like, you know what? Against my better judgment, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So before I get into the shooting experience, I do want to point out that Colt does have a high undercut here for your middle finger, which you don't see on a lot of 1911s. When I did take this down it had a dual recoil spring in there. So two springs fit inside of one spring fit inside of the other. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I may swap that out. It did come with one 7-round mag. If this wasn't the mag it came with. Ooh, what else was this? Man, this thing will tear your hand up. So anyway, they have a Springfield Armory TRP, the all black one, no rail. So the TRP non-rail that I have is a stainless version, and it was about $70-$80 cheaper than this. But I was like, you know what? So before I get into that, I'm going to go back into why I've never owned a Colt. So I've owned well over 50 1911s. I've said it on several of my videos. The Springfield Armory 1911s are my favorite. I think they look like the best 1911 on the market. So every Colt that I have touched had extreme quality control issues, very gummy and mushy, thumb safeties. A lot of them didn't have front strap checkering, but that's a lower model. The frame to slide fit was just super sloppy. I mean, we're talking a $1,500-$1,600 1911, and man, there's 1911s at a fraction of that price, maybe more than a fraction, but let's say maybe a third, a few $100 less, that have way better quality control than the Colts that I've handled. So anyway, on a whim today, I was like, let me look at that, because I never held a Colt with front strap checkering. I've not seen one in a gun shop that had one. So anyway, as soon as it was handed to me, it was like, I fell in love with it. So I went through all my checks that I just showed you. Slider frame fit, hammer doesn't fall forward, barrel lock up. Yeah, the grip safety and the mag weld, to me, I think those are easy fixes. The price point was probably a little bit more than I wanted to spend. I obviously looked them up on Gunbroker, and yeah, I probably could have saved $150, but then I would have had to wait, and I was already right there. So anyway, I brought two other 1911s. I did actually 2 videos on them. My newest Springfield Armory Operator and the Smith & Wesson 1911 E series are engraved. I believe that video is still uploading. So anyway, I put 150 rounds through this gun. And I have to be honest with you, and I was really surprised. That Springfield Armory Operator was the least favorite gun that I shot today. I don't know why. It didn't feel comfortable in my hand. I did not like that Harrison design trigger. I'm going to have to do a little bit more work on it. The reset was... I had 2 failure triggers to reset on that Armory, the Operator. The Smith & Wesson was pleasantly soft on recoil. So anyway, I've started running rounds through this guy. I don't know if it's that dual recoil spring. I don't know. I could shoot this thing all day long and not care about recoil. That Operator, I am getting older. My hands are getting pretty abused and beat up just over the years of weightlifting, whatever, I don't know, jacking off, who knows. But the first couple of megs I started running, I brought some 9mm also. I could really feel that shock in my right hand. But after a few megs, that pain started going away. So I never thought it would happen this early in life, but I'll be 45 soon. So in my personal experience, in my personal opinion, I think I scored huge with this being my first Colt 1911. It's super accurate. It's got the adjustable rear sights on it. I didn't have to mess with anything. 15 yards. I know that's not a long distance. First time shooting this gun. I mean, like this, freehand, not bench, not resting on anything. Another thing is everything is flush. Sorry, like I said, I'm doing this in my Jeep. Anyway, the ejector, the extractor, usually you see something poking out in the back. Nope. Somebody did their work, their homework, and made that all flush. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting something here. So the only thing I'm going to change on this, I'm leaving this, I'm not putting a different mag wheel on it. Like, there's no reason. There's one there. If I can figure a way to tighten it out, I will. I'm replacing the plunger spring with a Wolf power spring. I think that's going to make that even more audible and more tactile. But man, what a dream to shoot. I'm glad that this happened today, because I've been looking at a lot of Colts, a lot of used Colts at pawn shops and gun shops, and I'm glad to say I finally got a Colt in my 1911 lineup. And at that, it's not a low-end one. It's got the front strap checkering. That's big for me. Like, I think that just makes the 1911 that much more appeasing. And also the tight lockup, everything's flush. But kind of back to you. Sorry, I'm all over the board today. I literally just got done shooting about an hour ago, so nerves are kind of calming down a little bit. I shot a lot of rounds today, more so out of 9mm than 45. I think I only shot about 300 rounds of 45. But man, back to the Colts that I've looked at in the past, because I did want a Colt in my lineup. The quality control was not there. It wasn't. Sorry, folks. I need to take a quick drink here. But yeah, this one checked all the boxes for me. So anyway, the guy that sold me the gun, so this gun shop, I'm not going to mention the name, they're not sponsoring me, but I did tell him, and this guy has worked there for probably since the store's been open in the 1800s. I don't know. But you could tell this guy's worked there for a bit. And I told him, I said, I've never owned a Colt. I've never had a Colt 1911 in my lineup. And his response was, how can you even call yourself an American? And of course we both laughed. So, I am glad that this finally did happen. I know several people on here own Colts, shoot Colts, only want Colts. The guy that I mainly watch on here is the Wyoming Gun Project. And I think within the last 12 months, he got a Colt Defender and was super excited about it because of the quality control of the 1911 from Colt. Look for his videos. He has some really good videos. This guy probably owns every 1911 on the planet. I enjoy watching his videos. So I doubt you'll watch this Wyoming Gun Project, but man, huge fan here, especially when you run out all your 1911s. So anyway, looks like we're just shy of 14 minutes. Hope everyone's doing good. Anyway, 150 rounds, not even close to a hiccup. Thing was super smooth, super soft shooting, and I look forward to putting several thousand rounds through this. Anyway, everybody, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.